Okay, sorry, the other video cut off, so I'm just going to continue and share what I hear and I see is happening. So we have this situation where they're telling us that there is a virus. Now, everybody is calling false flag. People that I know who are in the know are calling false flag on this situation. In other words, where did it come from? If there was a virus, where did it come from? Who put it there? Right? Why was it put there? So there's a few questions that you have to ask yourself. The first question is, the people giving you the information about this whole situation, do you trust them? Are these people that are known, are they known for telling the truth to the public? Are they known for telling the truth of the public? That's the first situation you have to think about. That's the first thing. The second thing is to understand the principles of Hegelian dialectic. For those of people who don't know what Hegelian dialectic is problem, reaction, solution. Problem, you cause a situation, you create a situation, you create the reaction. So let's say hypothetically, you create a situation where you tell people that there is this deadly virus everywhere and you're all gonna die, and basically then you get the public's reaction, which is everybody panics, they go shopping, they buy loads of new toilet paper and food, sanitizer. Now, I'm not saying that if you don't feel well, you should protect yourself. You should keep ourselves clean anyway. And if you feel that you're unwell, then you shouldn't really give it to other people. That's standard. But what we're talking about is a situation that is not that. We're talking about something else here. Problem, reaction, solution. So you create this drama. You tell people to isolate themselves. Now, when it comes to targeting people, the most important key ingredient that they need is for people to be isolated. Because when you're isolated, you can't see what's going on. There's nobody to talk to. There's nobody to protect you. And you're vulnerable. You make yourself vulnerable. Then you have, in this whole scenario of Hegelian dialectic, you have the solution. So you create a mass pandemonium. I mean, I've listened to people and heard people are terrified. This is a form of terrorism that we're dealing with. To do this to people is a crime of mammoth proportions. Now, unfortunately for me, before 7/7 happened, I saw it was coming and I alerted people. It still happened, but I ended up going into hiding for about 3 months, and then my cousin Ronnie, who has been poisoned, was the one that got me out of hiding and took me to the police station. And then I went on to win the largest case ever in the history of broadcasting for racketeering, organized crime, hacking, trespass, total abuse of positions of power for money. Now, these people create the problem, then the public goes into panic mode, then they come along with the solution. Now, I want you to think about what the solution that they're coming with is now, because your lives depend on them being able to achieve this. They need your complicity. They need your ignorance. They need your trust. Now, let's talk about trust. Do you trust the people that are currently in positions of power or in the media giving you information? Bear in mind, during Grenfell Tower, none of them came out. It was the people that helped the people on the ground in Grenfell Tower. It wasn't the governments and what have you. It wasn't those people. It was the people on the ground that helped the people that were the survivors. Okay? Bear that in mind. That's very important. Bear in mind that the numbers that people have come forward with, printed in the media, is not factual. It's not factual. Bear in mind there's a lot of testimonies of eyewitnesses that have not been published. That's why Ronnie and I did a crime report, and I'm going to link it in the video below. It's important that you read that crime report so that you understand what kind of evil we're dealing with here. Alright? Now, I just want you to think very, very critically before you give up your life, because that's what you're doing here. Before you give up your mind and your power and critically thinking, you need to be able to make sound decisions based on logic, based on reality of things. Okay? Now, very important point is that you need to go in, people need to start going into hospitals and seeing how many of these people are dying like they say that they're dying. Look at the newspapers and read what is being told, and actually let's assess whether any of that is true or whether you're under mind control. You're being manipulated to be able to be isolated, because in order for them to carry out the plan, they need people to isolate themselves. They need nobody to be on the streets. They need everything to shut down. That's how they're going to accomplish the New World Order, because that's what we're talking about. You need to look into Agenda 2030. Now, I've seen reports that basically say that this virus situation is going to go on till 2021. How do you know that? How do you know that in advance? We're talking about a flu here. They're talking about a deadly virus. Have you seen any of you parents out there that took your children to school? Did you see any deadly children dying, keeling over? Did you see that? I'm asking you because let's divorce ourselves from what's being told on the newspaper, and I'm just asking you, what have you seen yourself in your schools? Have you seen children dying and literally keeling over because of a virus? You have people right now that are like suppressing having a cough, a basic cough, because they feel paranoid that, someone's going to think that they got this virus. Now, I've spoken to people, and people are calling all on this. I sent the information to some people that there's this virus, it's everywhere, it's deadly. And they said, all 7. All. I was like, okay. Now, based on what I know and what happened with Grenfell Tower, another situation where I warned the people beforehand, and it happened. Okay. Now, this is a situation where your life depends on it, because what is being rolled out here is martial law. Self-imposed martial law. Now, there's a very sort of important thing that I remembered that happened in Nazi Germany. They said in order to usher, it took 4 people to usher literally thousands of people. Why was that? It was because the people didn't say no. You have an opportunity to say, hell no. I'm not going into no quarantine. They're basically telling people that there's people with no symptoms that are not ill that are going to be quarantined. Are you going to be quarantined knowing that there's nothing wrong with you? Are you happy for that to happen, for your children to go into quarantine? Because that's what's happening all over the world right now. Because you people are compliant, just like they were compliant in Nazi Germany. People went ahead into those concentration camps. This is what is being rolled out as we speak. You need to open your eyes. I'm going to show you some stuff right now. Your life depends on it. All of our lives depend on it. Thinking critically. Okay? Let's base it, number 1, on truth. What is the truth? How many of you have gone into hospitals to see all these dying people all everywhere? If you're concerned, put a mask on your face, cover yourself up, wear your gloves, conceal yourself, and go and have a look. Go and have a look and see if there are dying people all over the place as a crisis like they're making out there is a crisis. This is for effect, because they need you to be complicit. They need you to give up your rights. They need you to give up your mind so that you're not thinking anymore for yourself. You're just they're telling you whatever they want to tell you. Now, based on past record, how often have they told you the truth? There was a Senate committee last week on the 11th of March. 17.5 million children and people being exploited. That was in the Senate committee, and each of those cases had multitudes of files attached. There's a lot being covered up here. There's a lot being covered up here. We also have the situation with 5G. 5G is being rolled out all over the world. 5G is a weapons system. It's killer technology. There's a man whose channel that you need to look at. His name's Anthony Steele. Go onto YouTube and type in Anthony Steele. This man, you have to give your gratitude to him, because he's coming forward with real information. He's showing you science of what is going to happen. I'm going to show you some things now just quickly, and then I'm going to sign off. But I'm going to try and make regular videos. Now, you have to understand this. They're telling people don't go to pubs, don't go to restaurants anymore. They're basically shutting everything down. In order for them to be successful with this New World Order plot, you have to comply with it. They're giving you the opportunity to comply. Once everybody stops going into the tubes and everything shuts down, basically the next thing they're going to do is they're going to cut off communications, cut off the internet, cut off phone lines. Then basically you're going to see martial law, full force. Nobody will know what's happening to anybody else. There'll be no travel. This is what is happening. There's countries like the Maldives, Latvia, I'm told. What's the other countries? Oh, he's not here. This guy was telling me. Canary Islands, Spain, Italy. France has kicked off because French people don't take no bullshit. They stand up for their rights. And you need to stand up, and you need to start hashtagging Corona false flag, Corona false flag, hashtag Corona false flag, hashtag. My friend has just arrived. I'm just doing a vlog. One second. Listen, I'm just waking you people up. You people need to recognize that they're going to put you in quarantine. New World Order is the virus we're talking about. They have been planning this. All of those false flags, 7/7, 9/11, Grenfell Tower, all of these things were the precursor to this, what we're seeing. Okay? Wake up, people, and start using your voice. Start speaking out. Start hashtagging. Hashtag no more abuse. Hashtag no more evil. Hashtag there is no virus. It's a hoax. And if there is anybody with a virus, stay in your house, like you said. But if you know you're well and there's nothing wrong with you, go out. Don't be putting yourself. Don't be swallowing it hook, line, and sinker. They need you to be complicit, okay? Now, I'm talking about learned people who are contacting me and telling me that this thing is being manufactured in order to bring out depopulation. You need to take that very, very seriously. Don't believe me. I'm listening to people. I trust these people who are telling me more than I trust the people that are putting the bullshit in the newspaper, because I know what they've done to me and done to my cousin. They murdered my cousin, then cremated him, and didn't even give him the right to have a funeral, okay? This is about something other than caring about people. They don't care about none of us. You need to know that, okay? So I'm going to show you some science. I'm going to come at you with another video, but Please get this video viral. Make it viral. Make people know what's happening. Make your own videos. Don't just